Hey, let's talk about maybe the most common question in English. How are you? And, the even more common answer? I'm fine. But what if we could go a little deeper? Today, we're going to dive into the world of feelings and give you the words to say exactly how you feel. So, let's get into it.
So let me just ask you, right here, right now. Take a second and really think about it. Forget the automatic answer. How are you really feeling? It's a much bigger question than it seems, right? And, well, having the right words is the very first step to answering it honestly, both for yourself and for other people.
Oh yeah, we all do it. It's easy, it's polite, it's kind of the default setting, isn't it? I'm fine, I'm okay. It keeps the conversation moving along, but let's be real, it almost never tells the whole story. And that right there gets to the very heart of what we're talking about. When you can say, I'm a bit tired today, or I'm so excited for the weekend, you're not just sharing info, you're sharing a little piece of yourself. You're opening a door, inviting a real connection. Okay, so let's start building our emotional vocabulary. And we're going to start on a high note, exploring all the words we can use when things are going great. Let's start with the absolute classic, happy. It's just that wonderful, simple feeling of being content, pleased, glad. It's kind of the foundation of all the positive emotions, that baseline of feeling good. And isn't it interesting how simple these moments can be? Happiness isn't always some huge, life-changing event. A lot of the time, it's a sweet text message, or that sense of relief when you finish your to-do list, or just laughing at your dog being goofy. It's really found in the little things. Okay, now let's add a little bit of energy to that feeling. That's what being excited is. It's basically happiness with a forward spin. It's that buzz you get when you're looking forward to something awesome. You can really feel the anticipation in these, can't you? There's just this energy to them. Counting down the days till a friend visits, thinking about that amazing meal you're about to have at a new place, or just that classic, is it Friday yet feeling? That's excitement. All right, now for a feeling that can go either way, positive or negative, but for now, let's stick with the good kind. Surprise. It's what happens when the world just throws you a curveball in the best possible way. Just think about that feeling, that no way, what are you doing here moment when you bump into an old friend, or when someone just says something really nice about you completely out of the blue. Those are happy surprises, these little jolts of joy that can totally make your day. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit, because life isn't always happy and exciting, and our language needs to be able to talk about that too. It's just as important to have the words for the tough times. And please, remember this. It is absolutely okay to not be okay. So, the direct opposite of happy is, of course, sad. It's a core human emotion, that simple feeling of unhappiness that every single one of us experiences. And sadness, it comes in so many different shades. It can be that deep ache you feel when you miss your family, or that feeling of helplessness when a friend is going through something tough. And it can also be that smaller sting when your plans get canceled. That's often called being disappointed. Knowing the difference helps people know how to be there for you. And all of these feelings are totally valid. I really want to pause on this for a second because it is so important. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling sad. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're a human being responding to life. That's it. All right, let's move on to a more fiery emotion, anger. It's often described as a hot, strong feeling. And I think we can all relate to that kind of intensity. And oh my gosh, look at these examples. They are just universally frustrating. That frozen computer right when you're in the middle of something important. Or watching the bus pull away right as you get there. Or trying to talk to somebody who's just glued to their phone. Yeah, those little everyday things can definitely spark that feeling. Next up, let's talk about being scared. This is like your body's built-in alarm system. It's that jolt of fear that screams, hey, pay attention, be careful, because there might be some danger nearby. Yeah, these examples create an instant physical reaction, don't they? That huge crack of thunder that makes your heart jump into your throat, or that split second of pure panic when a big dog just starts running right at you. That's your brain shouting, danger. It's such a primal, protective feeling. Now, our emotional vocabulary isn't really complete without talking about our bodies. See, not all feelings are just in our heads. Some are really powerful physical signals our bodies send us, and learning to listen to them is just as important. And here's a super important one, telling the difference between different kinds of tired. You can be physically tired after a long day of moving around. Your muscles are just done. But you can also be mentally tired after hours of intense focus. Your brain just feels like mush. Knowing which one you are helps you figure out what you actually need, a nap or just a break from thinking so hard. And then we have the most basic signals of all. That rumbling in your stomach that's basically shouting, feed me, that's being hungry. And that dry feeling in your mouth that says, I need water, now. That's being thirsty. These are your body's non-negotiable requests. You gotta listen to them. So after going through all these different feelings, what's the big takeaway here? It's pretty simple. Using specific words does so much more than just describe how you feel. It creates clarity. It builds empathy. It lets people in and helps you connect with them on a way deeper level. And as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this really powerful way of thinking about feelings. Your emotions, happy, sad, angry, whatever, they're not permanent. They're like the weather. They roll in, they stay for a little while, and then they pass. A cloudy day doesn't mean the sun is gone forever. Which brings us right back to where we started. But maybe this time you have a different answer. Instead of just, I'm fine, maybe you're feeling content or a little drained, or maybe you're excited for what's next. Whatever it is, I really hope you feel like you have the words to say it. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your source material articles, research, maybe even your own notes, and we really pull out the core insights, basically a shortcut to getting properly informed.
And today we're diving into something really fundamental. It's the language we use, or maybe don't use, to talk about how we're actually feeling inside.
Yeah, that internal landscape. It's fascinating stuff.
It really is, because let's be honest, we all do it. Someone asks, how are you? And what comes out? I'm fine. Almost automatic.
Like a reflex.
Exactly. It's like this verbal shield. But it tells the other person, well, basically nothing. And maybe more importantly, it kind of stops you from checking in with yourself properly.
So we've got this stack of sources here, and they really map out these common everyday emotional states, physical ones too. And the goal, the mission today, isn't just defining feelings.
No, it's about why being specific matters. Why saying, I'm feeling a bit frustrated or I'm actually really energized today, instead of just finding why that makes conversations, well, more real.
Connects people better.
That's what the material suggests. Specificity transforms things. It moves communication from just surface level stuff to something more meaningful. If you can actually say how you are, it helps others respond in a helpful way.
Right. Whether that's offering support or maybe just giving you a bit of space.
Precisely. So let's unpack this emotional map that the sources lay out. Should we start with the high-energy positive states?
Sounds good. The sources seem to group joy and anticipation together here. Feelings that sort of fuel how we engage with the world.
Yeah, and joy or happiness.
Yeah.
It often seems like just one big thing, right? But the sources make a distinction. They talk about spontaneous joy versus earned joy.
Okay. Spontaneous. Like what?
Think about getting a really simple, nice message from a friend. Just a, hey, how are you kind of thing. Unexpected.
Yeah. That can definitely lift your mood.
Totally. That small validation, it can shift the whole feeling of an afternoon. Easily accessible emotional boost.
And the earn side.
That's more about the satisfaction of finishing something. You know, you complete a tough project or you just hit that point in the day where you think, okay, I'm done.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's like a release.
Exactly. Release of tension, but also like confirmation you did something. Competence, control. That kind of happiness feels rooted.
And the sources suggest that's sustainable.
Yeah, and it's reinforced by noticing simple pleasures too, like watching your cat do something funny. It grounds the feeling right here, right now, doesn't need big life events.
Right, okay. So following joy, the sources bring up excitement. Still high energy, but different.
Yeah, crucially different because it's future-focused. It's all about anticipation. That psychological gearing up for something good you expect to happen.
So like the feeling before a vacation, or even just the weekend coming up.
Perfect examples. It's that energetic, positive state where you're almost mentally tasting the good stuff to come.
The sources had a great specific example for this too. Trying in a restaurant. The excitement doesn't just start when you arrive. It starts when you're looking at the menu online the night before.
Yes, I do that. The planning, the expectation, it becomes part of the fun itself.
Exactly.
And that's what excitement does. It motivates you to put energy in now for something you expect later. It's a real driving force emotionally.
Okay, but anticipation.
Yeah.
That's predictable in a way. Then there's surprise. Kind of the opposite, right?
Completely. And the sources highlight positive surprises because they give this powerful, instant emotional kick, precisely because they break our expectations.
Like bumping into an old friend you had no idea was even in town. At the supermarket or something.
Yes. That unexpected connection, it can totally make your day, right? A real jolt of positive feeling.
Definitely. And the other example was unexpected validation, like getting a really genuine compliment you weren't fishing for.
Mm-hmm. The sources frame these as important because they boost our sense of self, our social connection, without us sort of earning it in that moment. Little psychological gifts. Kind of. And connecting back to our main point saying, wow, I was genuinely surprised and happy to see you. That's so much more connecting than just saying, I'm fine, later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I think is a great point to maybe shift gears. Because feelings aren't just in the head, are they? They're physical.
Deeply physical. Let's talk about the body's signals, starting with tiredness.
Okay.
And this is where specificity gets really critical. The sources spend a lot of time separating physical fatigue from mental fatigue. And they stress both are equally real, equally valid.
So physical is obvious, right? Running around all day, heavy lifting, or just that awesome.
Yeah, the body's just depleted its energy stores. But then there's mental fatigue.
Which can be sneakier.
Much sneakier. Your brain is just overloaded. Maybe too much focus, too much problem solving, or like hours studying something dense. You could be sitting perfectly still.
But your brain feels like mush.
Exactly. Your ability to process anything just tanks.
And recognizing that difference is key for self-care, you're saying.
It's the first step. If you just say, I'm tired, you might think, oh, I need sleep, which you might. But if you can identify, no, this is deep mental fatigue, the fix might be different.
Like, not just rest, but maybe a change of pace.
Precisely. A mental reset. Go for a walk. Do something totally different, something not intellectually demanding. That specificity guides the action you need to take.
That makes so much sense. Choose the right fix, not just the default one. Okay, and speaking of clear body signals, hunger and thirst. Pretty basic stuff.
Foundational needs, yeah. We don't need to define them, but what's interesting is how quickly these physical needs morph into emotional states. We've all felt that mood shift when hunger really kicks in.
Oh, yeah. That 1 p.m. slump if you skip lunch. Or your stomach actually starts making noises because you missed breakfast.
Right. And the sources even mention specific cravings that come with it. Not just, I need food, but maybe...
Something salty.
Like fries.
Yeah, salty, grounding. Or something warm and comforting like pasta. Those cravings are complex signals, not just about calories.
And even clearer, usually. The body just demands water, especially after exercise or on a hot day. It's an unambiguous signal. Non-negotiable communication from your body.
Okay, so we've covered positive highs, physical needs, Now for the intense negative states. High energy, but maybe destructive or protective. Let's talk anger and fear.
Right. And anger, or maybe frustration leading to anger, it's often described as that hot, strong feeling.
Yeah.
But the utility of anger, according to these sources, is actually pretty profound. It often flags up that a boundary has been crossed.
It tells you something's wrong.
Exactly. It points directly to where your expectations or your needs weren't met.
So what are some of those classic triggers? The things that just cause instant friction?
Well, missing the bus was one example. Simple inconvenience, right? But it feels like wasted time and imposition, instant frustration.
Leads straight to anger for some people.
Easily. And then there's the modern classic, technology failing. Your computer freezes right when you're doing something important. Click, click, wait, nothing.
Arc, yes. That feeling of helplessness mixed with being blocked. Instant rage potential.
Absolutely. Powerful frustration. But maybe even more revealing are the social triggers the sources mention.
Like what?
Like the feeling you get, that intense frustration, maybe anger when you're trying to talk to someone and they're just scrolling on their phone.
Oh, that drives me crazy. It feels so rude.
Exactly. It's perceived as disrespecting your time, your attention, a clear boundary violation. That immediately triggers that strong negative feeling.
And again, being specific helps. Saying, I feel disregarding when you do that is way more productive than just blowing up.
Precisely. It makes the conversation actionable. It's vital to remember this intensity is normal, but naming it accurately helps figure out the right response.
Okay, so from anger, let's move to scared. Another high-intensity one, but different focus.
Totally different. Fear is all about immediate protection. Less about boundaries being crossed, more about primal survival instinct.
That instant physical reaction, heart pounds, you gasp. Sometimes before you even know what scared you.
The sources use the example of a sudden loud noise, like a clap of thunder at night. It just triggers that fight or flight response automatically.
Or that other example, a big dog suddenly running towards you.
Yes, even if it turns out to be friendly and just wants to play. For that split second, your entire system is screaming, threat!
The be careful
Yeah.
instinct just takes over.
Exactly. It shows fear is fundamentally protective, not always logical. It's wired in deep.
Wow, yeah. That biological intensity really contrasts with the last group of feelings, the low energy, more reflective ones. Let's look at sadness and disappointment.
Okay. Sadness, the sources link very strongly to connection or the lack of it, loss, empathy.
So, like missing family who live far away.
That's a key trigger. Or feeling sad for someone, like when a friend is sick or going through a hard time. It's an emotional tuning in to separation or suffering.
And disappointment. How's that different? The sources said it's like a small kind of sadness.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It flows from sadness, but it's specifically tied to expectation failure. It's not about a deep loss, usually, but about a temporary letdown.
Like the example they gave, a friend cancels plans last minute that you were really looking forward to.
Exactly that. You've built up anticipation, maybe excitement even, and then reality falls short. That gap, that's disappointment.
Ow.
Naming it helps process that specific feeling without it maybe spiraling into general unhappiness.
Keeps it contained. Okay, and the final one in this low energy group, boredom.
Boredom. The sources define this not just as having nothing to do, but as lacking meaningful engagement.
So like waiting ages at the doctor's office with literally nothing to read or do.
Classic example. Or having to do the same really easy, mind-numbing task over and over again at work.
Yeah, that feeling.
It's a signal, essentially. Your brain is saying, I'm underutilized here, give me something interesting.
What's great is the sources treat boredom almost like an instruction manual. They give solutions.
They do, actionable remedies. Listen to a podcast, or call a friend, read a book.
Basically, engage your brain. The solution isn't necessarily rest, it's stimulation.
Right, which just reinforces the bigger idea. These so-called negative states, anger, sadness, boredom, they aren't failures. They're just data, information.
Signaling a need for what? Boundaries, empathy, engagement.
Something like that. They tell you something needs to change or be addressed.
Okay, so we've kind of walked through the whole emotional map provided by the sources. Let's synthesize. What's the core takeaway for you, the real high-value nugget for our listener?
For me, it's the immediate practical application in relationships. Using this richer vocabulary, actually saying, I'm feeling frustrated by these tech issues, or I'm genuinely excited about dinner tonight, instead of that flat, I'm okay.
It changes things.
It really does. You're not just reporting a state, you're inviting connection. You're inviting understanding on a deeper level. It makes interactions more authentic.
And I think there was
Yeah.
a really important philosophical point kind of tucked away in the material, too, about normalizing the negative stuff.
Absolutely. The analogy used was great. It's completely okay, even healthy, to feel sad or angry or bored sometimes.
Because feelings aren't permanent?
Exactly. They aren't who you are. They're just temporary states passing through, like the weather. They change.
I like that. Feelings as weather.
Yeah? They ebb and flow. So what we've hopefully done is provide a kind of detailed structure, a map, for identifying and talking about these common daily feelings and physical states, turning vague sensations into, well, actionable insights.
Right. So as you, our listener, move forward, maybe trying to use this richer vocabulary, here's a little challenge we want to leave you with.
Oh, okay.
Don't just think about how you feel right this second. Instead, pick one situation you encounter regularly. Could be, I don't know, a specific recurring meeting at work, your commute, maybe interacting with a certain colleague.
Something routine.
Yeah. And now try to apply the most precise, specific word you learned or thought about today to describe the emotional and physical reality of that moment.
So are you actually disappointed by how that meeting goes each week? Or maybe energized by the quiet time on your drive? Or perhaps slightly frustrated by that repetitive task?
Exactly. Notice how pinning down that specific feeling changes how you perceive that regular moment. And maybe, just maybe, what you might do about it next.
That specificity is powerful. Keep practicing it. Keep digging into the language of your own experience.
It's a worthwhile deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll talk to you next time.